What happened this morning is we had a patrol officer, approximately 3-year veteran in the 14,200 block of Mineta, that was conducting a traffic stop. Upon concluding that traffic stop and finishing that work, as he was driving down the road, he began taking gunfire from unknown suspects from an unknown direction, but possibly from the park here, Haviland Park. That officer, whose patrol car you have seen, that patrol car took several rounds that we can visibly see. The officer engaged the unknown suspects and did return fire. It is unknown at this time if the officer struck any of the suspects when he returned fire. The suspects, approximately 3 we believe, fled through Haviland Park. We've been out here searching with multiple officers. We set up a perimeter. We've had our helicopter unit and K9 units, but we have been unable to locate any suspects at this time that fired upon this officer. We do have evidence on the scene. We'll be out here for a little while processing that evidence. The officer is uninjured, but as you saw from the patrol car, a very dangerous situation. Do not know what these suspects were involved in at this point. The officer was not actively engaged with these suspects. He just started taking fire as he was driving down the road. Right? Another example of sometimes how dangerous it is for our officers out here, not knowing what they might face at any given moment. We're very thankful that he is okay. Very thankful that he is safe right now, and we'll be out here for a couple more hours at least processing this scene and also continuing to look for possible suspects. There were a couple of witnesses in the park. We do not believe that they were involved in this incident. However, we are investigating that right now, and we're interviewing those witnesses as we speak. Any questions that I can answer for you all?
What kind of charges will the suspects face if they're located?
Well, it could be a number of charges. Obviously, you're shooting at an officer in a marked patrol vehicle. Obviously, you know you're firing at a peace officer. So obviously those charges could be very high, including attempted capital murder of a police officer. But at this time, like I said, we do not have any suspects in custody.
Do you know how many shots were fired?
Several rounds were fired by the suspect or suspects. Do not know if it was more than one firing or if it was just one. We do know, we believe there's 3 suspects that fled. Don't know how many weapons involved. We do have shell casing evidence on the scene, and so we'll be processing that. But multiple rounds were fired, and at least from what we can visibly tell right now, at least 3 rounds, it looks like struck the officer's patrol vehicle while he was driving. And then the officer returned fire. Don't know how many rounds. That'll be part of the investigation, but the officer returned fire several rounds. Any other questions that you have?
It's just very incredibly lucky that he wasn't injured.
Oh, absolutely. And so, you know, we're very happy about that. Of course, you know, it's a very dangerous situation. We're, you know, obviously happy that no citizens or bystanders were injured by this gunfire coming at the patrol vehicle. So we'll be out here for a while processing this scene. We've got our executive team out here. Chief of Police Troy Fenner is out here as well, speaking with the officers and making sure that they're okay.